Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and welcome back to the gorgeous Planet Crafter. We're going to be doing the moons update in this one, but unfortunately we've got to do some setup. So we're going to continue from oh no, it is this one at the top here. 14.9 TTI, that's the one. Yeah, this is the base, I remember. And this is the one... We're a bit slow. Okay, that's a bit better. And this is the one we did with the bridge base. So what you're thinking is, if you're doing the moons update, why are we on Humble? Unfortunately for us to leave, we've got to craft some items. Okay, so we do have a couple of new machines here, I can see. We have an harvesting robot down here to harvest organics. I think that's going to be more suitable for one of the moons we're going to. So we want to build a solar screen first. That's the first one I want to look at. So a solar magnetar and a silicon. It's been months since I've been on this save. See if we can remember where everything is. We are pretty much stocked up on this save. I do remember most things were being full on. Now, where was we putting our crystals? So we've got some cosmic quartz there. I know those will become very useful. I'm looking for the individual crystals. They might be down by the portal. Because we was using them to go for portals. Okay, that's Terra tokens coming back from the automated trade rocket we had set up. And I think the ones are down here. Yeah, we've got a load of crystals here. So let's build a magnetar and a solar. So there's magnetars. Doesn't look like we've got a lot of solar, but I think we can... Oh, okay, we've got another batch there. But I think we can craft it. Some more Terra tokens. Did I have 2 trade rockets? Oh, I must have had 2 trade rockets on this one. But that's fine, we can order some stuff from there. So we want to put the screen with our other screens down here. Unfortunately, it's going to mess up our nice, neat desk. Let's just put it on the floor. We'll probably put a desk for it later. So this is the new solar system manual. So you can unlock the stuff down here. And the way you unlock this is each planet. So let me just have a quick look. Humble. So anything up to 4 TTI will only take effect. Anything above, so we're 15 TTI in here. The other extra 11 TTI doesn't make any difference. You only need 4 TTI. So it might even be a good idea to go to Prime, set up Prime, and then go to the moons after that. More than going directly to Selena. Okay, so we need the exchange shuttle there, but it doesn't tell me what items it needs, so that's a little unfortunate. And that is the first unlock. So we need to get to the second system before it'll allow us to do that. Okay, so next thing we want to be looking at is the platform. We've got a platform over here. Is this the correct one? No, that's the one to extract for the missions. We already did all the endings that was available on this save. Okay. So we can build a new interplanetary travel rocket. Did I even have the pinning chips on this one? I don't think I did. Let's go and get that sorted because the pinning chips will be extremely useful. That's my DNA machines. Here it is. So we want to build the pinning chips. T3, T2, T1. So we start off with a T1. So with 2 cobalt, magnesium, aluminium, osmium, and super alloy. And welcome back. So like magic, we've got all the items. So we can build the pinning chip already. We are a bit pink because we just had a pulsar event happen, but I don't need to chase after it. And then what do we need for the next? Methane, osmium, cobalt. Okay, so let's go and get that sort of stuff. And like magic, we've got enough items to make the T2. I just had to turn off some production because we have a Z-Light problem, apparently. And I would need a Blazar and a Quasar. We can build the T3 straight away. Don't think there was a T4. And I think we've already got the map microchip. So let's just double check that. Yeah, we've got the map microchip there. Okay, so we want that pinned in the top, so we need to make 2 rockets. We need to make one to leave this planet, and we need to make one to build on the other side for us to get back to this planet. Otherwise, we're stuck doing the base game all over again. Then the second thing we need is going to be in our crafting menu, and we're going to need a second extraction platform. So we've already got one of these. So we just need a second, but we need 2 of these top ones. Now, fusion cells was really good on this save. I've got an old locker full of fusion cells there, and if I remember right, one of these had fusion cells in as well. So yeah, fusion cells is not something we'll struggle with. So we have come across a little bit of an issue. To build the top items, we're going to need 2 energy fuses, and I can't find any energy-free fuses. So we're going to have to buy some. We're going to need at least 2. I'm going to need 1 to build a generator at the other side. And we've got 108,000 Terra tokens here, so we was pretty good with making money. So I think I'm just going to order 3 energy fuses. And searching around, I did find some fuses. So we have got 1 energy fuse there. We can take that one out at the moment. We're not going to need an osmium to make anything on the top, so let's just sort it out. Okay, hydration's low. Let's go and get that sorted. Let's try not to die on the first episode back. And our drones are nice and busy. So we're just having a look. So we need 2 super alloy rods we've got. We need 2 rocket engines we've got. We've got 2 osmium rods we've got. 2 blue, 2 yellow, 2 green, 4 fusion. And then we just need 1 more energy cell to come back, which we're waiting for the rocket. And then we can start doing the bottom. So we do need an energy multiplier for this one as well. So it was a good job I ordered 3. Because I'm going to need to build 1, 2 on the way back. And 1 to build the pod here. So yeah, I'm going to need 3. So yeah, it's a good job I ordered an extra 1. And we're just going to get the rest of these items. And I only need to build 1 extraction platform. Okay, and while we're waiting for the rocket to come back, we can set up the rest of the stuff. So if we build a T5 drill on the other side, that's going to get our production going really fast. And then we can also build T5 eater as well. And that should be everything I need to build them. Okay, so what else are we going to need on the other side to get us started? We can take our buggy, so we haven't got to worry about oxygen. Power is going to be the next thing. Now, we could build a nuclear fusion generator. I'm looking at something that takes the least. Yeah, I think that's probably my best option. And while we're waiting for the rocket to come back, we can at least build the interplanetary travel rocket. Gets rid of some of the stuff out of my inventory. And that allows me to start putting some of the materials in the box here what I want to take with me. So I'll put the stuff in here for like the power generation and building the other extraction platform. Probably that's probably more important. We're going to have to take some food and water with us to get us started, but we should be able to super speed the TI on the other planet and get it up to 4 pretty easy. So bring you back when the trade rocket comes back. So I've been looking in my menu, because at the moment we have got one of these that's going to do heat and pressure, and we've got one of these that's going to do heat and pressure as well. We've got nothing for oxygen, so I don't know if these are going to work, but I need to take something, and that's the biggest oxygen amount I can see at 8,500. So I need to get enough materials to make one of these. Okay, our trade rocket's back. And I think I'm about as prepared as I'm ever going to be. But before we go, let's top up our food and water. Let's see if we've got any room left in this pod I can put stuff in. So now that pod's full. That's more the extraction rocket and stuff to come back. I'm carrying a couple extra bits, some extra rods we can break down. I've made enough to make a recycler. to recycle some of these rods. I've carrying a couple extra rods, and I've got 2 spaces left. We've got 3 food on us. Because I'm not taking away to grow food. I think them last 2 slots we'll put a food in there and put a water in there. Just make sure all our bars are topped up before we go. And we've got our buggy on us as well. So I think I'm as prepared as I'm ever going to be. And I do feel that Prime is probably going to be the best bet. Show interface. Warning, you are trying to access the gameplay content of interplanetary travel and moons. This content is completely optional and will change your Planet Crafter experience. This is intended for experienced players that wish more of Planet Crafter even after completing the game. We recommend you have fully experienced your current planet and all its secrets before attempting interplanetary travel. If you don't want to spend several more hours in the game, it's advised to use the departure rocket and complete the base game. Yeah, I'm happy with all that. And let's go over to Planet Prime. And then hopefully by about episode 2 or 3, we've got Prime up to a certain number that we can get. Actually, that's not... I think I may have found a bug and I didn't save the game. Okay, it worked, but yeah, the animation was broke on that one. It's to be expected still. So we have got our oxygen amount and all the technology we unlocked on the first planet. So as you can see, our O2's all the way up. We won't have to worry about oxygen because we can just put our buggy down, which is something I'll do now. And we're going to use this as our oxygen hut. And we can also use it as extra storage. What do I need to do? Okay, so I need to start putting some of the items we brought up. So the first thing I want to craft is... we'll get the T5 drill over this side. Then we want to put the T5 eater just next to its fine. And we'll put the power over this side by the buggy. And that should start flying up. Okay, teleporters might have been useful, but I didn't think about that. And now, if you look in the top right, immediately the KTI is racing up, and we'll be at blue skies in about 5 seconds. Why won't it let... oh, okay, well, let me delete it here. So I can delete them off now. We don't need them up the top corner. What else did we bring to build? The extraction platform. Which I need... circuit board, fusion cell and pulsar. Those will be in the rocket down the bottom. Let's top up our... now what I also want to do is grab a piece of iron. I did bring a storage chest with me so I can just dump my stuff in to start off. And yeah, we're already up to KTIs. Just a bit off the ground is fine. That might be just a little too high, but that's fine. And we want to build a locker. We will be building buildings. Okay, we've already unlocked T7 backpacks, so the multiplication of what's on this planet is also multiplying with what's on Humble to get those bigger numbers. Apparently we're missing a circuit board. That must be down the bottom. Is that the rocket we started at? And yeah, we can take all that with us. Just going to keep this here. It doesn't really matter. So we're up to empty eyes already. And as soon as we get enough resources, we can just boost up them numbers severely. We do want to get a building. I think I might just do 2x2s on this planet, but I want to wait for the water to come in first. So we can go exploring. We want to build the way to get off the planet. So let's get our oxygen topped up first. And where's the intergalactic planet thing? Apparently I'm missing a circuit board. I don't know where that is. I went through it, or maybe I didn't grab a circuit board for this. That's a little annoying. Okay, so in that case, probably didn't want to eat the food when I've only got a very limited food. We'll go exploring. Now, there's no water here at the moment. It's going to take a little while for that to happen. Can't remember. Actually, we are going to want to be taking our buggy with us. Can't remember if I need a fusion energy cell in this one or not. So let's just take one to be on the safe side. Now, I could have done with really leaving the MTI to go a little more than it is. But there should definitely be servers inside here for us to take part. There is a chest in front of me. There's aluminium here. Maybe I need some aluminium for some stuff. There's my circuit board I needed. Not bad, some extra food. Not going to break down for the iron. There's going to be plenty of iron around. I think I'm happy just to chuck everything in the car for the moment. Let's just take a food and water. I should have probably brought an oxygen with me as well, if we was going to be going into the things. I forgot how to turn the light on then. And there's the things we want, and we've already got the T2 deconstruction. Because all the technology we had at the other planet is still on us. So it will allow us to make some extremely quick progress. We free up all the areas. We are going to be needing water soon, but we have got water on us. So hopefully we can find some water. We're not going to need... Actually, we'll take one with us, because I don't know if there's anything unlocked. Or could do with trying to find water in here, or it might actually be good, before we go too far, is to build a water producer. Yeah, I think that's a sensible idea. Now, we know there is golden crates on this planet. I never ever found everyone on here, so I don't know where they all are. I know where the good, probably 15, 20 are, which could definitely help us out. It's a good way to get super alloys and aluminium in the early game. I think my flashlight... No, it's off. It seems to auto turn off the flashlight, so that's good. Keep the food, keep the water on us. What was we trying to build? It was the extraction platform, wasn't it? Let's just pin that in the corner. I was going to say, I know we definitely brought the fuses with us. Circuit board. Uranium. Pulsar. Please tell me I've got a pulsar. Yes, and iridium. Let's just go and put that down somewhere. Maybe over this side. I get any lower in the ground than that. Okay, that will just have to do. We can just jump up. And what do I need for the rockets? We should have enough stuff for this. Let's go and have a look. Now, water is getting a bit serious, and we haven't got water on the planet yet, so I might have caused some issues with that, so we're going to need to explore. We've got 2 more water in there, so that's not too bad. So, super alloy rod, osmium, blue, yellow, green, 2 fusion cells, and an energy. And this is a way to get off the planet. So if we are about to die because of water issues, we could just use this. It's very expensive to go back, but that's my get out of jail free card. Now eventually we will set up automation on this side as well. Food, just 1 food and water. Is there anything else in there I'm going to need to take? Actually, instead of doing these, let's just take the space foods with me. Oxygen is running a little low, so let's get into our buggy. What would we need to build? Actually, no, I'll wait for the water to come in first. Can we do any of the screens is the next thing. Like the terraformation. No, I think I'll need a building. Do a blueprint screen. Solar system, I haven't got the and solars, so that'll be the next thing to do. Is find some magnetars and some solars in a wreck. And that's good to see that the Terra tokens from the other side is automated even while I'm on this planet. Now we do know where there's some basic resources, so if we ever need iridium, uranium or super alloy, we know where they are on this planet. But I did bring some stuff to break down. Now let's go to the furthest part. Actually, I might have needed a fusion cell. I think at this point I'll just take anything because it might all be useful. And if we have to, we'll just put a box outside the wreck with all the items in, so if we need it later, it's going to be faster to get the stuff we need. We don't need to take all the iron. There's plenty of iron around at this point. So we've done that end. We did that already. I think this was done. That was all done. Did we get the chip out of there? We did. Some suits there, I'll leave them. Where is the way to go, up or down? Really, this can't be it. I could have swore this wreck was bigger than this. Just making sure there's nothing behind the walls. No, I'm definitely missing something with this. There's no way this is this small. I'm watching my oxygen. Maybe I misremembered. But I could assume that this one had... No? Okay. Definitely I'm not finding anything, so if there is something in there, I don't know where it is. Maybe that's why I always did that wreck first, because there wasn't much in there. Take the space food, keep the water on us at all times, and then we'll go and dump this back. We could possibly do with getting some super alloy here. Get our light up. Okay, so quartz crafting station's another one of those that's done through interplanetary. Now, we know there's a lot of super alloy on top up here. And there is another ship up here as well. Taking a couple of bits of aluminium's probably not a bad idea as well. If we need to build a crafting station, that needs aluminium. And those circuit boards we just picked up with these super alloys allows us to build more containers. Just clear this one little... the landing, and then we can do the stuff inside at a later date. I can't remember if there was a second super alloy on this planet. I played this one, but I didn't really do much after the Rainbow Caves. So anything that came in with the Rainbow Caves, I never really got round to doing. I think that's a good amount. More aluminium. So what I'm waiting for now is the water to come in. That's our big thing. We didn't get an amazing amount out there. Let's take the circuit board so we can build the lockers. Is it? Oh yeah, it's control. I was just trying to wonder what the key was. Take some basic stuff out here as well. We'll build a blueprint screen. Actually, I can take it all. So yeah, I'd advise anybody, if you are moving off the planet, bring your buggy, especially to Prime. Not only is it fantastic for storage, it's fantastic for oxygen, it's also really cool. Okay, we started to get water down there, so the water issues are no longer an issue. Because we've still got our water chip on us. So we can drink water from the lake directly. The water's no longer an issue. We picked up some extra food, because that's the only other thing we haven't done, is we haven't bought enough items to make food growers. Oh, actually, yes, there is another super alloy cave around the corner there. There's a big ship there. Just trying to think where else. There's that one up on the top of the hill. I might go and do that one next. It is normally the one you do at the very start of the game. Might just have a look and see if we can put anything else down to boost up. Ah, we brought the dome, didn't we? And we haven't put the dome out yet. Eventually, I will start sorting these out. So that's the recycling machine. So what do we need for the dome? It wasn't a dome, it was a tree spreader we brought, wasn't it? Let's pin that one and take the other pin off. And we should have all this stuff in here. I think at the moment I'm just going to dump anything into there. Keep the food on me. Is it ready to use the food? Yeah, that's fine. Because these are only smaller foods, we'll use these first. Okay, so what have we got? We brought a tree seed with us as well. I think I only picked up the one seed. Yeah, the rhubarb. So we'll take that one. Zeolite. We need tree bark. Please say I remembered it. I did. Bacteria. And a super alloy. It was actually quite fun to do this with all the stuff you've got unlocked. It definitely changes the game a bit. And because these tree spreaders are massive, we'll put it all the way over here. I'm looking at my numbers. 8. Yeah, that's definitely increased it, so they are working. Oxygen's not great, so let's go into the car. And again, we want to fast track this planet as fast as we can. Get up to that 4 TTI if we can. Now, we haven't picked up any of the crystals, so I can't put the solar screen down for the interplanetary yet. We might be worth putting a chip screen down. Blueprint screen is iron and silicon. Where was our chip we picked up? Because it's a new update, it's always worth to check. if there's any unlocks. And this won't stop here long as soon as we've... So yeah, we've got a T2 map rocket. And nothing else. So that means we don't need to pick up any more chips. We've got loads on back on the starting planet. Keep the one food on us. And I do want to keep one water on me, because if I'm inside a ship. Next thing we talked about is getting a water collector up. That's this here. I never really liked the pin and chips, but I'm actually getting used to them now. They're actually quite fun. We need magnesium, we haven't got. We need cobalt, we haven't got in here. We need aluminium, which is there. And we need super alloy, which is there. So I just need a magnesium and a cobalt. If we're not going in the locker, we've got loads of resources around us. So, can't see anything there, so let's go and pick it up. But there's a cobalt immediately. And there's a magnesium. Not looking the prettiest at the moment, but eventually we will tidy things up once we can get our base set up. And then that will give us water. We could actually do the one with the bioplastics in the water, but I need to get some bioplastics first before we go down that route. Just want to make sure my water's topped up at all times. Okay, what else do we need? We could boost up the production. Could put extractors down, but there's nothing really I need to extract. So that would need a load of iridium and explosive powders. I know I haven't got that. And that would need osmium and super alloy rods. We might actually have enough to do that. No, we're missing an osmium rod. So if we can find an osmium rod, that'll be great. There is a wall somewhere over the back there. I can never find it. I think I'm going to take the buggy with me just in case I need to drop it down in an emergency. The buggy's just doing the same thing as what an oxygen pod normally would. Now, I always struggle to find this. I know there's one definitely super alloy up there, but I know there's a cave somewhere along this wall where you can deconstruct a wall. Now, the one box I know is definitely here. The gold one. We'll take the golden seed just in case. I'm not going to take the things yet. We can do that later. Let's put our thing on deconstruct and see if we can find it. I'll shoot somewhere around here. No, me, I'm probably on the totally the wrong wall. Ah, there it is. Wasn't that hard to find. Normally I really do struggle with that. Trade rockets. That is fantastic loot in there. There's a message there. I'm not going to read it right this second. And there is a dead planet crafter there. We've not got a massive amount of oxygen. I just want to get up to this ship. It's just nice getting around on this planet when you've got your max jetpacks already. Now, because our numbers are in MTIs, it probably means the osmium cave's open as well. And let's get our buggy down. Instead of using the water on us, Will only take a couple of seconds to come down here for the water. There is a golden chest up on top of that ship as well. Just save the water we've got on us for inside the ships. Chest here. What have you got? Nice. Well, we needed a magnetar for something. Can't remember what it was for now. Anything in there I don't desperately need. Oh, actually, we can just use the terra tokens. There's 1,000. We can take it all. Now, I will build a little base thing outside, just a platform with some lockers on there. Just sort of across here. I normally build an oxygen up, but I just don't think I need to. Actually, we can. How much are a 2x2s? Quite expensive, so we'll just go with... Yeah, that's fine. Have I got enough for a door? And do I have enough for one of my lockers? Not the good lockers. And I would need iron for that one. What are we short for the main one? Super alloy and circuit board. I think I'm just going to put everything in there. Take one food and one water. Our oxygen's pretty good. Let's come into here. Okay, let's stick to the left. Ooh, very nice. T3 fertilizer. The downstairs to get to. There's another chip there, but we already know we've took everything. Oh, no, it's not a downstairs. It's an eater. We'll just take it down. Get the one in front of us. Cosmic quartz in chests. Very nice. I know I am going to be needing those at some point. We haven't brought the cell with us. Got some more suits in there. I think my main planet, I've got most of the suits anyway. I could do with trying to find... I've got the super alloy. I haven't got the chip, so I could do with trying to find a circuit board out of one of the servers. I think I'm happy to just put all my iron away in there. Give me a bit of space. Not going to take that down yet. I'm looking for a server or a circuit board. Very nice stuff. Now, fuse cartridges, you can make your own fuses. I don't think you can make every one. But there's definitely some of them you can make. We could probably eat a food. That's fine. It tops me up. There's good stuff in there, but the main thing I'm after is a circuit board. We'll definitely take the crystals because those are needed for some recipes. We haven't got any obsidian here, so we will take that. Growth multiplier, trade rocket. Very nice stuff. And how much does this take? One fusion cell. I think I'm going to go and get my oxygen. Oh, there's servers there. I've got one more space. Perfect. It will give me enough materials to build my locker room after. And then we can just pick what we want before we leave. This is the best way. Totally strip mine a ship. And then come back for it later. So always keep my water on me. And always keep my food on me. And I think I'm going to go back to my... Let's get the light off. We're not that far away. Come back here and see. I think I've got some more energy cells. I think I did bring a couple extra with me. Now, we are up onto 77 MTI already. So that's going very, very nicely. We haven't found any osmium rods yet. So I can't build any more of the T2 pressures and stuff. These are what I'm after. I can't remember how many fusion cells are needed in there. We'll carry another food with us. And we've still got the HQ foods we brought. And we've still got some fuses here as well. I think what I'll probably end up doing is putting basic stuff in one and rarer stuff in the others. And if we can totally clear one of these wrecks, then I know I haven't got to go back to it. Now, I do need enough to build that screen for the interplanetary, because we're unlocking stuff on there. I know we've unlocked a bigger backpack, and there is a way of sending resources from one planet to another, or one moon to a planet, or vice versa, but I don't know what I need to make it. So what do I need? We just want one food, one water on us. We should have just picked up some water. Let's take the both fusion cells, because I don't know how many it's going to need. I think it's only one in this one. But normally when I play this game on a prime, I will do a prime save at some point from fresh. But normally when I'm doing this, I would just strip mine this whole place and take up all the resources before the water comes in. Come on, let me get another drink. Okay, that's fine. Finish looting this ship. We don't need that up in the corner. And the one I want to build next is going to be this one. So I think I will pin that just to remind myself. That will allow us to get the interplanetary unlocks. Okay, so we did the left. We haven't been to the right. And I think the stairs was this way. So we are going to just take everything. I think there was some iron we just left in there. Probably no good resources we need in that, but I'm still going to do it. Yeah, it was only one. There is some false walls in some of these, but I can't remember where all the false walls are. Take everything from this. Okay, so that's one of the doors that's opened up. Watching my oxygen. Okay, so that's pretty good stuff with pulsar quartz. And I'm taking the chest just so it reminds me. Okay, T2 rockets, that's definitely got to go. And solars. So we just need a magnetar. These wrecks are a lot harder to do when you haven't got the oxygen in the early game. It's one of the things I did do with Humble. I waited until we had enough to have our oxygens before I started doing them. So if I can take a couple of super alloys, I've only got one. If I had a second, actually I can get a second super alloy. We said there was a golden chest up on top of the ship. I can break that down if I need to, if there isn't one inside. So this is the second golden chest. I do know where there's probably about a dozen more. We'll leave the chest for the moment. Might want to at one point do a guide just showing people where everything is. And we need the super alloy out of there. These won't stop here long term, and I will come back and get the resources. Put them just handy at the moment. Just while we're exploring. Let's continue on that left side. That's a door that's opened up recently. I think we was doing this side here. Iron is going to be very useful when we start building a base. Another server. And what have we got nice? We should probably got a load of terror tokens, loads of fuses. That's very, very nice. 100, 1100, 1600, 17, 2200, 2700. I'm not going to break down anything in here. I think I've got all the recipes from these ships anyway. So we've cleared everything that side. We cleared everything out the back there. And we might as well just take the suits while we're here. What's in here? Still got a little bit of space, so let's continue on. Watching my oxygen all the time. How much space? I've got 4. $500 terror tokens there, another T2 rocket, and a cosmic. So plenty of cosmic quartz on this planet. These won't be here if you're playing it for the start. It's only going to be here when you're doing it as a continued playthrough, just because of the TI numbers. Cosmic quartz wasn't something that was ever found on Prime. Unless there was found in the Rainbow Caves. But like I said, I didn't really do too much of that stuff there. Take my water, take my food. Might go down to the water's edge and just top up on my water. And I am going to take this chest, because I'm just going to keep thinking I haven't checked it. There is plenty of chests underneath this water. We have nearly finished this one. Just want to have a notice. Did I get both the crystals I needed? So it's the purple crystal and the yellow. So we haven't got any purple crystals in there. I've got one there, so I can actually do that now. That's fantastic. Slowly making really good progress. I can't remember how many episodes it was on the first series before I was at this much MTI. You're probably looking a good 5 to 10 hours gameplay to get up to these numbers. Now, I'm not certain how much I'm going to have to edit out of here, because at the start there is a lot of waiting around for me to get the resources sorted. So I'll go a little longer. Very nice stuff. Lots of pulsar. We are going to need that for new power generation. We've got already super alloys. Don't think we've been this way, because I would have noticed these. No, definitely haven't looted this side. Plenty of cloth. That was one of the things we had in Humble as a major problem for us proceeding. I'm sure there was something by one of these. There was one of these that had a false wall. I do remember it. I don't remember which ship it was in. And I think it was close to the power generation. We've done all that. And we did that already. Checking my oxygen. I've got a little bit left, so I can continue. We've cleared this out, so it's only this right side, which I think we've done now. Now I've got my deconstruction on, but I'm not seeing any walls to deconstruct. So I think we were as good as done in this ship. I haven't seen any ladders up and down. Double check if we've got anything in the car. Oh yeah, we've got a lot of stuff. Okay, just give me a few minutes off camera. I'm going to sort out what loot I want to take with me, because there's just too much stuff here. Okay, I'm just bringing you back early. Our first water. Our first rainstorm on the planet. It does look amazing, this game does. And our number's still flying up. We're up to 150 MTI now. Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff in here I'm just going to have to sort through. Okay, welcome back. what I've left up here at the moment is a lot of seeds and flowers. We don't need that immediately. And a lot of base resources in this one here. So if we ever need that stuff, we know where to come back for it. We've taken all the fuses, all the pulsars, all the coloured crystals with us. Some of the new engines, because I'm guessing those are going to be really important soon. Yeah, we're pretty full up. We need to go back. Now, the good thing is with the buggy, it can drive underwater. Okay, that's not very nice to see under the ground like that. Bit disconcerting. Very rocky under here. Like I said, there is resources under there we can get hold of. And a nice little jump to finish off. But I think that's where I'm going to call it on the first episode. We're nearly up to 200 MTI. Going to be building the screen on the next episode. And we started to make a very good progress on here. And then on the next one, we'll just see how we're doing on Interplanetary. I'm pretty certain we've unlocked some of the new items on the main menu. And we also want to start building a little semi-base. I think I'm just going to do 2x2s on this save. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you all again in the next episode.